What is the story, everybody? Welcome to deMars Live. Kozak deMars here. I'm very, very delighted to have you here with me on another fantastic show showcasing some brilliant local talent, guys. Absolutely brilliant local talent. So yous are all very, very welcome. Let me know who's on. Let me know when you pop in. Say hello. We got Rebecca Cappuccini from Viking Promotions. What's the story, Rebecca? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in to the chat there. Glad to have you. Yeah, we've an awesome show. We've a really, really cool show. We got some great artists lined up. We've got Rebecca Locke, who is a singer-songwriter, originally from the States, living in Dublin. And we're going to have a little bit of a chit-chat with her and about some of her recent tracks. And about her recent starring on First Dates, which, Rebecca, you're a bit familiar with First Dates there. I think you wanted to hop on there at some stage, if I'm not mistaken. So she was actually on First Dates, and I saw the episode. It was fantastic. She came across really well. It was really cool. And then we've got the awesome Fergus Daly, who is a indie singer-songwriter, but really he's an indie rock star. He's an absolute legend. He's been doing some really, really fantastic, unique music, and he is just an amazing on-stage personality, and his music videos are savage. His tunes are so unique, and his YouTube videos have amassed about 500,000 views in total as well. So he's a great, unique artist. I'm really looking forward to bringing him on. We've also got some great new music. We got 4 bits of music today, so I'm going to try and get through it fast. It might be already a bit delayed. I'm going to try and keep it short. My yabbering on. But yeah, yous are all welcome. We got Millie in the gaff. Millie, how are you keeping? Thanks for popping on. It's great to see you. How have you been? We've got Sam O'Reilly. What's the story? Cause Sam, what's the crack, man? How are you keeping, brother? And we got Kevin Laurier. Amazing. Kevin, good to see you, dude. I hope you're keeping well. Let us know how you guys are keeping. How has your weekend been so far? What did you get up to today? Let us know how you are keeping. We got Barry J. Hughes in the house. Absolutely awesome. And Barry is going to be representing Monaghan today. We're going to be looking at Monaghan for your local 32. And we've also got Kilkenny, which Rebecca has informed me is the rival county to Waterford. So that'll be interesting. I wonder if we're going to see a bit of fists or gritted teeth or some held back words by Rebecca, but Rebecca doesn't really hold back, so we'll see what she's going to say about Kilkenny. I'm looking forward to that, but I can't wait to show you a bit of Monaghan as well, and I got very pleasantly surprised as well, so there's loads of great stuff in there. We got some great music, 4 songs for you at the start of the show, and That's it. We have no Max Factor today. We're taking a break from Max Factor this week, and we have no Downey's Gaming Corner, so we don't have that this week either. But we've got some great gaming afterwards, guys. We're going to be playing some Valheim again. It's a bit of crack. Rebecca's going to join me. Bren's going to join me. Two legends in the music industry, and yeah, it's always good fun. So stick around for that. We're going to transition into Twitch later, and I have linked it in the description. I was prepared today, so happy days. Millie Turman says, "Doing good here." That's great to hear, Millie. Absolutely fantastic. Kevin says, "All good, Dave. Hope you're keeping well too." Yeah, I'm actually all right. I was really tired earlier. I was on the phone to Rebecca and I was talking like a zombie. But I've replenished my energy. I think stuff like this really gets me kind of in the groove, and I feel much better. So I'm very grateful to be here, and I'm just grateful that you guys are here as well, because it's a two-way system. You know, we give and take energy. It's an exchange. So I really do value that. I think it's really awesome. So our first bit of music, guys, by the way, the tunes I'm going to play here are savage. They're absolutely savage. First one is by Ali COMERFORD, and she spent the last 14 years performing viola in classical ensembles around the world, in venues such as New York's Carnegie Hall, London's Royal Albert Hall, and Dublin's National Concert Hall, which is absolutely amazing. So she's moved back to her home back in Kilkenny. There we go, Kilkenny's back again. So we've got a musician there for you, Rebecca. I wonder if you found Ali in your research. But she moved there only in last year, January 2020, and she's written and recorded her debut album of classically influenced folk songs. And her most recent track, He Knows, came out on the 4th of March. So I'm a little bit behind on this one. Yeah, I'll admit I'm a little bit behind. But however, we still ended up to play it. So that's the most important thing. So Ali COMERFORD, He Knows. Enjoy, guys.
When all I feel is taken from, I look for you, I look for you. You make me feel like I belong. Of course you do the things you do, but boy he knows, and that's why I can't stay. I couldn't have it any other way, 'cause boy he knows. Cause boy he knows. They swarm around you like the sun. Of course they do, their dreams come true. But suns will set before too long, and mine was due as if on cue. I've rolled and picked the game I'd like to play. I've placed my bets, and that's the price I'll pay. 'Cause boy he knows. 'Cause boy he knows. 'Cause boy he knows. 'Cause boy he knows. Oh, but there must be a way out of this maze that I've been working on. But I've built the wall so high with doubt. Do I keep on building till he's gone? It's flashing a warning. Pretend it's not burning. When all I feel is taken from, I look for you, I look for you. You make me feel like I belong. Of course you do with things you do, but boy he knows, and that's why I can't stay. I couldn't have it any other way, 'cause boy he knows. When all I feel is taken from, I look for you, I look for you. You make me feel like I belong. Of course you do with things you do, but boy.
Alright, so that played twice. I didn't even notice that. Ali COMERFORD with He Knows. Very short track, only 2 minutes and 20 seconds. That's crazy. And yes, Dave, it's disapproval. It's a terrible joke. And I saw it in my Twitch channel earlier today. So I'm seeing it for the second time. So it's double bad. Yes, that you had to write it again in my channel again. Oh, God, the cringe, Dave, the cringe. But anyway, We'll give you a second chance later on in the day. Colin Foy, evening folks. Maximilian Foy, welcome to the house, man. I'm absolutely delighted to have you in the chat, brother. Great to see you. Sad we won't have a Max Factor, but you know what? That's okay. That's okay. It just makes me want it even more. So it's perfect. Barry J. Hughes, great to see Dave Duggan is here and everywhere with his terrible jokes. Dave says, hey, I'm increasing my joke book. Okay, fine. Well, I suppose you got to test them out somewhere, and, why not hold your own stream, and just do stand-up comedy? Isn't that maybe a good idea? I don't know. Although a lot of stand-up comics say you can't really do that, you really need to buzz off the crowd. So it's a tricky one. I get it, Dave. I get it. At least you get a reaction from me. That's all that matters, right? So yeah, our first bit of music. Let's pop on to our next one. So we've got our Irish 2021 tracks, and these are all the most recent tracks we've added to this playlist. So if you are inclined to follow it, you're more than welcome to. Nobody has followed it at the moment, and it'd be great to have your presence here because it's all the latest tracks. But our next bit of music is by Charles James Livingston, and it's called Midnight Moon. It's an awesome track. Let me just pop up some information on that. So, would you believe it that I don't know what's going on today, but he's a Monaghan artist. Would you believe it? Right. So we just had Kilkenny there to open up, and that's our local 32, and then we have Monaghan as well. So Charles James Livingston was the frontman of his band Low Light Gathering until COVID hit, and has since had to adapt to his new normal to be able to continue to create and release music. So he's bought some home recording gear and learned the ropes, and got the help from some tech savvy friends, and which it was produced by Ryan Sheridan, and that's this song Midnight Moon, which was released on the 11th of March. Charles James Livingston, it's a cracker of a track. Hopefully it's longer than 2 minutes, although we kind of need to make up for that lost time there. So yeah, enjoy, guys.
Midnight, she sleeps, covered by the moon, with me. Daylight, it creeps, peering through the window, it seems. How long can you run, covered in the sun, my lover? Daylight will show all the things we've both been hiding from. Daylight won't wait. Steer a little closer to my waist. You're there in dreams, covered by the moon, with me. How long can you run, covered in the sun, my lover? Daylight will show all the things we both
Yeah, what an awesome track by Charles James Livingston, guys. It's called Midnight Moon. It's up there right in front of you anyway, if you want to check that out. And it's all on that playlist as well that I showed you. Yeah, it's an absolute cracker track. It's funny, I just received the info on this next track because there was nothing on social media. So some people just don't put up anything. And it's just like, how am I supposed to know about you, man? What's going on? So I just got the email there. So he just said that he is a pop music songwriter. He's 38 years old. Jeez, that's a lot of details already. Jeez, all right, man. He's from Argentina, which is cool. So a few years ago, he was part of a gospel choir. And there he met his first producer. Since then, he's kept composing his own songs. As he doesn't play any instrument yet and has been able to make it all from his imagination, then record the melody in the voice recorder on his cell phone and lyrics in his notebook. And right now he's working on the last 2 songs to reach his first LP. Absolutely awesome. And his name is, I don't know how to pronounce, is it JAVI? Is it soft J? Or is it, I don't know how to pronounce that. JAVI, let's just say. And JAVI, sorry for giving you such a, probably a bad pronunciation there, brother, but yeah, it's awesome. It's a great track. Here we go. Let's whip this one up. It's called Black Lies, and it was released in January just this year. So yeah, enjoy that, guys. I'm flying through these because I want to make sure I get everything in time and just have a quick chat with you before our first guest. So enjoy this track.
Lying as you do it always, you're trying to keep me blind. Hiding the truth with stories, so I will leave it right behind. I wanna live for good with no regrets, seeking my path so I'll be born again. I'm reading your real intentions, you wanna cage my love, my heart. Realizing every word you mention, I kinda know your real plan. Someday I know you'll need some kind of help, turning the light that sees the truth will fade. I don't want to escape from this where you have needed to me. Ooh, I'll jump the world and start living for once. Our dreams, these are made up, I won't give up. You might be picking the words for your speech. You're gonna arrange all your black lies, cause I'm sure you're not really what I seek. I'm gonna leave all this untied. I wanna live for good with no regrets, seeking my path so I'll be born again. I want to escape from this where you have needed to me. Now
All right, guys. So that was our JAVI. Yeah, we're going to pronounce them JAVI. Yeah, Dave says JAVI. JAVI RAGO from Argentina. JAVI, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, brother. Great track. Really, really liked that when I heard it first, when you sent it over. And I was like, yep, got to play it this weekend. So we're playing 4 now at the start. So I'm trying to get them into 30 minutes. So this is why I'm kind of flying through all of this. So I'm not looking at the chat. But I did see Dave Duggan's last joke there. And I have to hand it to you, Dave. That actually wasn't that bad. That one did make me laugh. So... that's fine. Did you make up those jokes yourself? Actually, this is where the merit really truly holds. If you made those jokes up yourself, brilliant, fantastic. If you didn't, but that's great. Rebecca is I'm kind of lost in the chat there. So look, I'm just gonna fly on ahead to play our last bit of music. Wild Tibetan Monks, guys. You might know these guys already. I've had them on the show. Absolutely lovely guys. And they did some really, really great PR stuff recently with Fluttertone. They've been helping them out. And it's been great because I've seen their music like shoot out, and their promotions have been really good. So it just goes to show how, if you have a PR company or you get into PR yourself, how big of a difference it really makes pushing it out there. But unfortunately, it's just one of those things, that you have to kind of go hand in hand with music, isn't it? I saw Dave's comment earlier saying it's a shame some of these songs go under the radar, and it's true. I agree. Obviously, it's a shame so many of these songs go under the radar, and it's a lot of hard work, isn't it? Like to release a song and to make it work and to build a community and all that kind of stuff. So, but I wanted to give it out to Wild Tibetan Monks. Was, they were like that before, and then they sort of really kind of leapt up a bit, in the whole sort of in the algorithms and the reach, I suppose. But anyway, a little bit about these guys. They're a Dublin-based alternative rock band led by Sean, who's on bass and vocals. So we chatted with Sean and before on the show. Ringo on guitar, that doesn't seem to match up, and Liam on drums. I guess they must have swapped instruments or something just to not be like the Beatles entirely. So they met and banded in college in 2011, so they've been going for a good few years now and performed together for several years. So in 2018 the band traded Dublin for Perth, Australia, and they were on a 2-year journey of music and exploration over there, and they had some great crack over there. They had a music video that they took from over there. They took the footage from there on one of their tracks, and they were just having a lot of fun, it seemed, and obviously then during the COVID they tried to fly back. So there's an interesting story about them having to sort of travel back to Dublin, and they had to actually contact the feckin' bureaucrats to try to get them back over here, and they got a free flight and stuff like that. So interesting story the guys have, but they've released 2 tracks recently. Cartoons, which is doing really well on Spotify, I have to say, and then Lying Next to You, which was just released recently there, so on the 12th of March. So I know it looks like I'm a little bit delayed, haven't I? Like I'm just trying to backlog all this music. That's why I'm adding in a 4th into this playlist, because I'm missing out the current songs, and we had loads of songs released yesterday that I just can't play today, which kind of sucks, I kind of wish I could play all these music. But you know what? I'm going to play them on the gaming section as well afterwards, so hang around and we're going to do that as well. There's JAVI RAGO in the chat. JAVI, what's the story, man? I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, dude. Tell me if I'm wrong. I hate pronouncing people's names wrong. It doesn't make me feel right. Cracking track, man. Great to see you, dude. Really appreciate you popping out to see the stream. If you're up for it, if you want to hang around, you're more than welcome to check out some great music. We got some chats happening. And guys, by the way, do hit the subscribe if you're up for chilling out every week with me. You don't have to, obviously, but you'll get... you are in the loop and you won't miss out a show. Or don't subscribe. You don't have to, obviously. But I like to think it's decent enough crack. We have a few regulars that like to pop back in, so I guess that's a sign that things are going pretty well. Anyway, getting lost in loads of tangents here. So Wild Tibetan Monks, Lying Next to You. Enjoy.
You got it. I say, how you doing? Don't stop it. I can't stop my feet from moving. It tastes nice, but you know I'm still hungry. I don't know what to do. I love it when I'm lying next to you, yeah. train coming and beating. You got my motor running. Don't stop, won't stop, baby. Don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I love it. Lying next to you. I am so cold, I am so dark, I am so warm, I am so harsh, I am so bitter, I can't sleep. I wanna talk but I can't speak. I wanna tell you, I wanna shout. It really hurts since you put me down. I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do when I'm lying next to you. And go now. You got my head full of magnets beating. I can't understand this. Don't stop, won't stop, baby. Don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I love it when I'm lying next to you. I am so cold, I am so dark, I am so warm, I am so harsh, I am so bitter, I can't sleep. I wanna talk but I can't speak. I wanna tell you, I wanna shout. It really hurts since you put me down. I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do when I'm lying next to you. Well, let it slide and close the door and come inside. You know I really want you more, so I'm letting you know, I'm letting you go. It's not just me, it's what you do. It's so-called love for, but you. Don't go, oh no, no, I didn't say so. Took me in now, leave me breathless. Oh, my mind so complicated. Oh, I hate it, oh, I hate it. And I'm so sorry, oh, I never spill my heart out.
Alright, that was our last bit of music, guys. Wild Tibetan Monks with Lying Next to You. Yeah, Dave liked that guitar lick. Yeah, that was absolutely awesome. And the guys are just getting better and better and tighter and tighter. So, really cool band. And I like supporting them. And I've known them for years. I've met them at the check-in probably about 8 years ago. And I remember Brew was there. We still have a photo with Brew involved in that night as well, and it was great crack. So yeah, that's our bit of music today, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, there's playlists up on I think that's the one thing I forgot to link, as always, the playlists. It's in the link tree, so if the link tree link is in the description, you can follow the playlist and you'll see your songs there as well. We got Future Fears there as well for Dave, of course, and we've got Barry J. Hughes, of course, as well on that playlist, and many others. I think we have about 160 people on that big playlist anyway. So anyway, without further ado, I don't want to hold our first guest too long. We're a few minutes delayed. It's Rebecca Locke, guys. And for those of you that might not know her, she's a singer-songwriter from Dublin, who's based in Dublin, originally from the States. So she released her first single, Intimacy Trap, which was received very well, and then it was followed by another single, True Love, which was released last year. And just recently she released Manic Energy, which is just an awesome track. So she blends her music with ukulele, which is her favourite instrument, and she blends it in with electronic music, and it's a really nice contrast, I have to say. It kind of when the electric music kind of dies down, and you hear the ukulele on its own, then with Rebecca's really soft voice, it just adds that sort of vulnerability contrast. It's really amazing. So you just have to check it out. She's going to do a live performance for us as well today, so we'll get to listen to her playing, which is going to be awesome. And she was actually most recently on First Dates as well, and it was just such a delight. I actually watched it myself, and it was such a delight to watch because she portrayed herself so well. It was so great. She was so natural at it. So I commend anybody for going on to shows like that. So Rebecca Locke, everybody, please welcome her to deMars Live.
How are you?
Whoop whoop! I'm doing great. How are you keeping? Great to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
It's my absolute pleasure. I remember the first time meeting you was Crystal Skull Sessions, Sinead.
Oh yeah! Oh, that was so much fun.
How many years ago was that? Was that maybe that wasn't that long ago? Was that 3 years ago? Maybe
2 years ago, I think it was.
2 years
summer
ago.
2019.
That's not too bad.
I remember I was like, everyone else going up against me was like a full band, and it was literally just me and the ukulele.
It's a horrible thing. I don't think I'd do that again. I think it's pretty horrible thing to do to a musician. But like you did so well. You were awesome. Like you blew everyone away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just awesome because you had such a unique style to you, you know. And I don't know where did that kind of vibe come from? Like, how did you get into, let's say, playing the ukulele and just sort of even your lyric delivery is very unique. Like, how did you come about all that?
So in 2018, I saw that my best friend had a ukulele when I was like at her house, and I was like, I want that. So I just ordered one online, and then I immediately started writing really bad songs and actually going to Sinead and playing them at the open mic. And I just kept doing that until they eventually got better. But yeah, I've been writing since I was a little kid. I find it easier to like actually get like my feelings out when it's in song form. So yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. How long are you living in Dublin then? Because you're originally from the States.
Yeah, I'm originally from Boston. I've been here for 6 years in July.
Cool. And have you played in Boston before, or is like Dublin sort of the first music scene you've been in?
Yeah, Dublin honestly is the first music scene I've ever been in. I've only been doing music for about 3 years. So wow. Like beforehand, like I don't really know. I've heard a lot about the Boston scene though, because one of my friends is from Boston.
Yeah, and I mean there is a big, obviously, Irish connection with Boston as well. Mm-hmm. So I guess you had a perception of Ireland from Boston before you arrived. Has it lived up, or to your? Yeah. Was the expectation a little bit different than your reality, or?
Yeah, it was so much different, honestly. Like you hear like stereotypes about Ireland. Do you know what I mean? But you never actually like I'm just glad that like I wasn't like the other kind of people coming here from like for college from America who are like I want to go to Temple Bar. Like let me just drink a Guinness. I'm wearing a Guinness shirt. Never mind.
And you've green hair, but, right?
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's like Ireland is one of my favorite places in the whole world. Like I love living here. It's just everything about it is so good.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, the music scene's great, right? So this is exactly like perfect for yourself, and it seems very accessible, right? Like I mean, I don't know about in the States. Obviously, I guess you don't know too much, but I was in the States a couple of times, and I know they have like open mics. It's massive, you know, so many musicians and whatnot. But because the industry is so kind of confined within, like, let's say Dublin, you know, as in like being, let's say, the central hub of it all. It's still so accessible, isn't it? That you can kind of go out, like you're saying, you can go out and you can just test out songs. Like you were saying, you were playing bad, which I've never heard you play bad. But like, you know,
thank you.
You're saying it. But like. You know, and you got to practice. You got the opportunity to kind of play it in good like Sinead's a great venue because you've got. I mean, the bands and artists and that played there are amazing.
Gorgeous. Yeah, I really like the Dublin music scene. I think is one of the best scenes in the whole world. Like, I feel like it's a combination of like all the young emerging talent, how small Dublin is. It's so small that you kind of know everyone. And also, like, it's a bad thing that, like, you know, there's not a lot of places that are available, but it really, like, kind of brings about a camaraderie among artists where, like, you know, like, a lot of artists are promoters. Like, I run a music night in order to, like, promote other local artists that I think are cool. And I know, like, a bunch of other people that have their own music nights. They have their own collectives. They have their own shows. And, like, it's all about, like, uplifting each other, which is really lovely. And I don't think that you can get that anywhere else.
Well, tell us about your music night. Tell us a little, because it's only recent enough as well, isn't it? It's only, like, 2 years.
Yeah, it's turning 2 in a month.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, you didn't get it you only been running for a year, I guess, right? With the lockdown, sadly.
I've only had, we had 2 shows in August and September, but other than that, since COVID started, we haven't really
Awesome.
been doing
Fair play to
anything,
you for
but-
doing stuff in the midst of, in between the lockdowns as well. What's the name of the show? Forgive me for forgetting now.
Indigo.
It is Indigo. I was gonna say, I was in my head, but I was afraid to say it because I might be naming.
Yes, no
I might be
worries.
plugging somebody else that I shouldn't be plugging. You know. But
honestly, it's my baby. It started off as my 21st birthday. I wanted to have a gig instead of a party because all of my friends are musicians. And it kind of snowballed from there. Like, I accidentally ended up getting the main room because of a cancellation for, like, the 3rd one, because before I was doing it in the underground and the vintage rooms because it was free. And then it became so popular that, like, I can just put it on for free, and therefore have people come in for free, and you can just have accessible music and go hang out with your friends and, like, see what's new, some music curated by me. It's just, like, my dream job. Like, I love it so much.
That's awesome. It's amazing how you kind of fall into these roles. I mean, does somebody really want to be I know you can study event organizing, but, like, in Dublin it doesn't seem like you need to. And that's not a hit at people that studied event organizing. They're amazing. So I've known some people that are doing amazing stuff with that degree. But Dublin's like one of those places where you can just, like, fall in, just work for a bar for a little bit, and then you're event organizer all of a sudden. And it really does depend on your passion, and you do definitely seem passionate about it. And I remember you starting off, like, and I remember your drawings. You used to draw your posters, and
I have one.
show us them. Yeah, they're very unique. I love when people do that, you know, and it's so creative. I couldn't do that. I have to hire people or, like, bend someone's arm, like, hey, could you draw something for me, Dave Duggan, please? Yeah.
They're all handmade. They're all watercolor. So this is one from, like, last January when we had Dara Patel, Tebi Rex, Fancy Dan, and Y Lion Y playing. And it's just fun.
It's adorable.
It's also free. So, you know, you see, like, a lot of Indigo session stuff is, like, beg, borrow, steal. You know, trying to lower the costs at any moment. But the main thing I spend my money on for it is balloon letters.
Really? You actually went to the effort of making balloon letters?
Oh, yeah, every time.
Because they're pricey enough, right? With the helium.
No, they're not helium.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's not too bad, because the
But-
helium costs a little bit, doesn't it, extra now?
Yeah, they're like €2 per balloon. No, maybe like €1 per balloon, and it's like six letters.
That's not too bad. No,
Like
that's
€12.
that's okay. Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. Do you can you do you have to get new balloons every few weeks, or how does it work, like?
Yeah,
'Cause they blow
I
out
haven't-
naturally, don't
I
they?
haven't found a good system yet.
Yeah.
Some months I don't even buy them because, like, I've just graduated from UCD. So,
Congrats.
like, some months I'm just like, sorry guys, budget's too low.
Yeah.
No balloons this month. But then I'll bring in, like, decorations that I find around my house. So, like, the last one had, like, a fake ghost that I found that's, like, really big, and I hung it up behind, and we had, like, little bats and, like, pumpkins and stuff.
Awesome. It sounds really creative. Like, I love that, you know. I haven't been to one of those nights yet, and I really want to go, so please God we can sort of
please do
resume.
come along.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll definitely be there. Maybe I'll play a song or something as well if you
do.
let me do that. I have to figure out how to do this as well, this whole live performance thing myself. So tell us a little bit about your music stuff. So you recently released a track, Manic Energy, and I think it's fantastic. I think I just love the contrast, like I was saying in the intro, you know, between ukulele and electronic music. Was that something that sort of, like, when did you kind of decide to kind of go that route? Because your previous songs are quite like that as well in a way, right? So was this kind of pre-planned quite well in advance, or was it something that sort of...
No.
And how is it the same producer, or is it...
Yeah, so I have been working with my producer Connor since like September 2019. He's one of my best friends. He's so talented. And I actually never planned on releasing Manic Energy because I thought it was a bit too weird, you know what I mean? So I started working with him on True Love first, just like as a project in college, you know, just so that we can get some experience. And then I asked him to be my producer. So he helped me work on Intimacy Trap, and then we released True Love. And then I started playing Manic Energy live with him and our band, and people really liked it. So we were like, okay, let's just release that as a single. And like, it kind of just grew legs. Like, it's one of like the songs that's closest to my heart. It's my most honest song. And Connor just did such a good job with it. He really like bring it to life, and he added so many elements to it. It makes like, I remember in like the early stages of production, I told him it made me feel like I was like going through a video game, which I really liked. So yeah, it's one of my like proudest achievements ever. Like, and I owe it all to him. Like, he's so good.
It's awesome, and it's a great team. It seems, you know, it's a really nice combination you guys have there, instrumentally and then vocally, and then with your instrumentation as well on top of it, and then the ear candy, as they call it, the little bits that kind of do feel almost like a video game. I don't know if you meant it in that way, but I almost kind of felt like some of these sounds that were kind of coming out were really unique and interesting, and it's great to hear stuff like that, because it really identifies you. It kind of separates you from everybody else. So you have that identifiable sound already after only being a musician, 3 years or however, performing. Like, that's amazing that you have that. So yeah, no, it's awesome. And it's just great that you're genuinely expressing your true feelings, you know, like you were saying in your bio. I think it was like reflecting on authentic human experiences and things like that, and that's so important as well, because it's real, right? It's like, no matter how heavy it is, what you're singing about, it can be heartbreak and sort of knowing oneself. It's really putting yourself out there. Were you able to just develop that kind of straight away when you were writing? Were you just writing real stuff, or did you have to kind of, I don't know, did you have to get advice from somebody, or were you just naturally able to write like that? How do you just kind of write real stuff like that?
So I've been writing, like, all of my songs I write alone in my room. And then later on I bring them to like other people. But I don't know, I just always found that being honest is like the best thing ever. I love like pathetic music. Like, I love it when like you can tell from listening to someone like that they're just like down bad, you know what I mean? Like, I love Hobo Johnson, I love Car Seat Headrest because of that. They're like my two biggest musical inspirations. And like, I don't know, I've tried writing pretty songs, you know what I mean? Like, some of my songs, they are pretty, but when they're just kind of ugly, like the way Manic Energy is, like, it just hits different. And like, especially because like of the way like when I released it, like people reacted to it. Like, I got so many DMs being like, this is how I feel, and I was like, good, okay, I'll fall on the sword for you, and I'll say it out loud first so that we can like cry together later, you know what I mean?
So it's yeah, you don't want to do something that you're not, I guess. And there are people that obviously can relate, you know. The world isn't perfect. It's black and white, it's yin and yang, there's different, you know, it's happy, sad, right? So you're tapping into that alternate emotion. And so I've seen, like, you know, I know, like, you've dyed your hair, and you've I remember you as a brunette originally, right? In Chennai, and then I think you were still a brunette at something in the Water Festival. So tell us, is this the hairstyle part of your sort of artist sort of self, or is it just like you just kind of felt like doing, just out of curiosity?
I actually didn't know I was dyeing my hair blue until the day I did it. Like, I wanted to dye my hair an unnatural color like a few years ago just because I was feeling like it, but I was actually gonna dye it lilac, and then at the last minute I was like, I'm gonna go with blue. And then I just really liked it, and also it's impossible to get out of your hair. Like, I haven't dyed my hair, I haven't touched it up since December.
Oh wow.
But I plan on changing it actually kind of soon, because I need to get a job.
Oh, really? They won't? What you mean? They won't hire you because you've different color hair? Is that the way the world is still? Is it?
The blue hair, the piercings, you know, they're a bit unprofessional.
Well, what are you looking for a job in a bank or something, or where are you looking for a job for? Just anywhere?
I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm not looking right now, but I'm like, at some point I'm gonna have to go back to natural, and it's gonna be a nightmare.
Well,
But
yeah.
I like having blue hair.
What did you? Yeah, it's
And
cool.
I wouldn't say it's like integral to my like image. At least
Yeah.
I hope not.
Well, you never know. I mean, like that. I guess images change, right? That's the thing. Like it's like
Yeah.
like David Bowie. Like let's just talk about like the most obvious one. You know, where went through so many different hairstyles and even body changes. You know, in himself. Like so. You know, I think it's really interesting. It's cool, you know, and even myself, I wouldn't go as far. I don't know. I used to dye my hair, you know, but I don't know if I'd color it. I think it's a very brave thing, to do that. But I'd shave it. Do you know what I mean?
Look cool with pink hair.
Yeah, maybe, you know. But then I have to, like, it's a risk. I might look cool with it, but then I might look not cool. So it's like, and then I'm like stuck with no hair then, right, for ages. So it's like, and I'm wearing a hat anyway. So it looks like I'm kind of bald anyway. It doesn't look like I've eaten. So tell us a little bit, like, speaking about hair, right? I don't know why, like, I have questions prepared and I'm not even using them because I just wanted to have a chat with you because I can feel like I can just have a chat with you. So let's talk about first dates, right? Because that was fantastic when I saw your post saying that you're going to go first dates. I was like, savage. Because me and the missus watch it. I like watching it.
I love first
And
dates.
yeah, it's just great. It's just relaxing. It's funny, and I like watching like people in places, like in positions, and see what they're like. And
It's so wholesome as well.
it really is, yeah. And you did so well, by the way. You did really well, and you came across so awesome and genuine and lovable. So you came out really well, and that's why I'd be afraid to do that. You know what I mean? Not the fact, like, I'm obviously not single, but like, you know, even if I like was to do it covertly, like
It's scary.
Yeah.
I had the fear for like 6 months.
yeah.
I was literally like, oh my god, am I gonna get the villain edit? And then someone was like, first dates doesn't do villain edit. I was like,
No, they seem to paint everybody nicely, which is great. And so the guy they hooked you up with had pink hair, actually, wasn't it? Did he have
Purple
Was it
hair.
purple? Okay, sorry. See, I'm colorblind. I called your hair green earlier. It's these glasses. I'm just not
my
looking.
hair's kind of green.
Sorry, no, I think it's my screen that's not proper. But yeah, sorry. So amazing. Like he seemed like a really nice guy, didn't he?
Yeah, he's lovely.
So did you teach him what you call it, circus tricks, and did he teach you skateboarding?
Not yet. No,
Okay.
We've been in lockdown. I actually haven't left my house, and like since I shot that, like that was shot in October, like the day before quarantine.
That's ages ago.
started.
Okay, I didn't know it was that long
I
ago.
know. So like I haven't really seen anyone. Like the only person I've really seen is like my. But who knows what the future holds?
That's true.
Who knows?
That's true. That's true. I think we lost you for a couple of seconds there, just a bit of lag, but I think we're back. We're all good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. No, that's mad. It was so far back. I didn't know that. So it's interesting that they film it so far away, and then bam, like yeah, they release it. But and so you recorded a song particularly for the audition.
Yeah, I did.
It's great. It's awesome, and you played it as well on the show, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I wrote that song while I was like procrastinating writing my final year essays in college. I was literally like, oh, first dates. So write a song to apply. Like that's a good use of my time. And it was.
Yeah.
So
No, it was great. It was really good, and it was nice the way you got to play it again on the show. And yeah, it just seemed like really good crack. Did you get like a lot of messages and stuff from people afterwards? Were people kind of messaging you on Instagram and stuff like that? And how's that been for you?
oh my god, the worst. Like I got lots of nice messages, but the worst hate I got was honestly like. So they kept like one of the conversations that they used was like a conversation about Harry Potter. I don't like Harry Potter, but I was like talking about what house I'm in or whatever. And then people were clowning me on Twitter for being a Harry Potter fan, and I was like, this is so mean. Like someone was like, Rebecca and Phil are gonna go to Hogsmeade and have a butterbeer when quarantine is over, and I was like, I'm not a Harry Potter fan. Yeah.
It's mad. Like that's why you have to really watch what you say, even if it's not incriminating at all, which it wasn't. It was just a little play. It was an icebreaker, really, wasn't it? At the start of the conversation, it never came back again into the convo. Yet people spot that stuff out. It just goes to show how nitpicky people are, aren't they? And almost,
Watch
yeah.
what you say.
Yeah, but that means you can't say bloody anything. Do you know what I mean? Like in that same way. It's like I could say feckin' anything. Like people will pick stuff out from, let's say, this show so far up to here now that I've done, let's say, from my perspective, and they can pick absolutely anything out of that and just, you know, rewrite it in their own heads as something or make a thing about it, which is kind of the unfortunate thing about TV. But
yeah, I actually did I did a lot worse shit on, like, actually on the date that they just didn't put in, which I'm kind of
really?
At one point, I was in like a really weird mood, and I kept talking about furries, and I kept being like, I'm a furry, and then the producers like literally had me explain what furries and vor were to the camera for like 10
what is
minutes.
it? I don't know what that is.
Which one?
Both.
Okay, so for
Wait, is this going to take 10 minutes?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay, I'll explain. Furries are people who dress up as animals. You know, like the people in like and then they draw themselves as like animals as well, but they're like anthropomorphic animals.
Those kind of people that do that, they actually dress
Like,
up as them.
Yeah, like, you know, like Zootopia.
No, I don't know any of this, guys. Jeez, this is a new world I have to uncover.
Okay.
Chat,
okay.
let us know if you guys know this. Rebecca's going crazy in the chat.
And vor is a bit weirder. It's like the sexual act of eating someone else, but like not like cannibalism. Like if I were shrunk down really small to like this big and someone like swallowed me like a pill, that would be vor.
Where do you see this content? Where is it?
I search it out. I find
Is there
it.
like a website dedicated to this, or is it like social media groups or?
Yeah, it's like on Twitter. It's
Okay.
like no one I know really is into vor too. Like it's just something I like to talk about. I think it's like funny.
Yeah, it sounds
I think it's
interesting.
sexy.
Okay, you find it sexy, like.
Yeah, I'm like no, I don't find it sexy. I find it intimate. Cause like imagine, like, you know when you like love someone so much you can't be close enough to them.
Yeah, I
know what
get
mean?
you. Yeah.
Imagine being inside their stomach, but you're alive. You're fine. You can leave whenever you want. You're just inside their stomach. Like how? That's romantic.
That's the closest you can really get, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That is so interesting, guys. We're gonna look at this after. We won't have time after Rebecca because we got our local to do, but after the show, before we go gaming. That's absolutely. My mind is blown, Rebecca. My mind is absolutely blown. Thank you.
Let me know if you have any questions.
I will. Very interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
That's.
I'm pretty.
And
sure
they cut that part out. I mean, what were they thinking?
Yeah,
This is gold.
It's RTE.
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure, because the producers that I talked to were really lovely.
Yeah.
And they liked it, but I'm sure there was someone who was like, what the fuck is this? No.
Yeah.
Harry Potter only.
Oh, right. Yeah. Family friendly
you know what I mean?
fun. We need to know, we
Yeah.
need stuff that we really know about. And maybe they were a bit scared about the fact that it can be not erotic, it can be sexual,
no.
right? Yeah.
You're dead right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's why they cut it, but I don't mind. I was like, I was annoyed at first because I was like, wait, I was so funny, and then I was like, wait.
And what did the guy think? What was the guy's reaction?
I don't think he had an opinion on either. I think I was just like, what, I'm a furry and I'm into vor. Don't you think it's intimate? And I like gave him the same pitch that I like gave you, but I don't know if he was that into it.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure I asked him though if I asked him if I was shrunk down to the size of a pill, if he would swallow me, and he said yes. But I don't know if I believe it. Well,
That's a hard one to prove.
It's hard to, it is a hard one to prove.
Jeez.
I feel like sometimes people just humor me, you know what I mean? Like, just like, you know, get me off their back. I'm like, I actually want to know, will someone fucking...
Yeah.
Sorry I keep swearing.
No, you're okay. You can
but
swear
will
on this.
someone, like... Oh, hell yeah. But, like, yeah. Anyway.
No, it's just fascinating. I know we've been staying on this topic for a while. Sorry, guys. I was literally... Nobody has ever said this. And when somebody says something new in a chat, I know we've got other stuff we could talk about, but I ask the same questions almost to every guest, so I'd rather talk about this because it's very interesting.
It's integral to my music career.
It seems to be, I guess, yeah.
The cover art for Manic Energy, that's furry art.
Brilliant
Two
segue.
wolves kissing.
Love it.
Those are furries. Yeah.
It was on one of the question lists. Brilliant. So who designed the cover art? Because it's really awesome.
Jaden Byrne. His @ on Instagram is Sleepy Corvid, and his @ on Twitter is Goth Corvid, and he's really good.
Awesome. Did you request specifically that
I was like,
that artwork, or did he give you a few suggestions? Okay.
no, we had a call, and I was literally like, can you do two wolves making out and there's blood in their teeth? And he was like, okay. And I was like, dang.
That's awesome.
He did it perfectly, right? I'm so happy with it. Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, so do you want to do I'm having a great chat with you, by the way. I'm loving this chat. It's very, very real, very, very legit. What's the story? Do you want to play a song for us?
Sure.
Sweet.
Okay.
Sweet. Let's do it.
All right. See, like, I want to do so I have like 2 options, and I want to do the funny one. But I messed it up like a bunch of times when I was practicing. So if I mess it up, don't laugh at me.
Yeah, no, this is just a bit of crack, so don't.
Safe space.
Safe space. Yeah, I'm just gonna put you on the stage. You're gonna be on a stage now. I know you might not have seen my show before, but we actually put you up in like we were in a studio there, like talking in that's why I'm green screened, right? So it's like, you know, this isn't how it actually looks. And now you're actually on stage, and the stage is kind of pink and purpley and stuff. It's kind of cool.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So
that's beautiful. Thank you.
yeah, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Okay, this is called Get Your Man. So to put it in context with everything else, I wrote Manic Energy when I didn't have a lot of friends, and I wrote this when I made a lot of friends who I love, and half of them are in my band. So yeah. What's a drawing problem? Do I have one? Wait. Do I have one? You should probably get your man because he's calling. He's calling me on the phone, but I can't hear it because it's out of battery. Out of battery. Out of battery. And out of data too. Who the fuck has data anyway? Only posh communists from UCD. I don't go there to get my degree. I just want drugs more easily. Just kidding, they don't do drugs at UCD. Or maybe they're just not inviting me. I can see why. I have an unsettling presence that makes it hard to make friends. But I made some. I piss off all my friends. I piss on all my friends. I'll mark my fucking territory. What's the story? I don't have normal social interactions, but I'm having a great time with all my friends, even though I just pissed on them. Sorry, guys. Do you want to do more drugs? I'll go down to the country. Wait, sorry. I'll go down to the country, do some class A's and class B's. I won't settle for just sweet. Fuck that, I won't spend any money. I'll just pretend you're fucking me, then I'll try to fuck all of your friends. Sorry about that. Fuck the normies and fuck all the haters who hate on furries. I think they're cute. And fuck all the people who say that I'm weird. It really hurts my feelings, even though it's probably true. I piss off all my friends. I piss on all my friends. I'll mark my fucking territory. What's the story? I don't have normal social interactions, but I'm having a great time with all my friends, even though I piss on them. Yay! Thank you. Sorry, I have not
Awesome.
played the ukulele in a hot minute.
Stop. You've nothing to be apologizing for. Thanks so much for hopping on the show and having a chat. And and for playing some music for us. Like, it's great to
thank you for
touch back
having
with you. You know, it's been ages. Like,
Yeah, it's been so long. Honestly, like, you're one of the OGs. Like, I've known you since I first started, so like, it's really great to like touch base.
yeah, no, it really is. And tell us what's like the first thing you'd like to do. I've been asking this for a few people, but and don't say eat some small guy, okay? Like, it can only be three things. One of these three things, all right, Rebecca? One of these three things. So, would you go on a holiday? Would you play a gig, or would you go to a gig? What would be the one thing? And I know people like to alter this up, but no, it has to be one of these three. It's a hard one for some. What do you think?
What would I do after lockdown?
Yeah, and you can only pick one now. So, holiday, go to gig, play gig. Which one would you go for?
I think play a gig.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Fair play to you.
I miss it so much.
Great.
It so much. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Do you miss it more like than going outside? Like, would you rather stay inside more and be able to play gigs? Like, if you were trapped in a venue, would you prefer that, or you know? Yeah.
absolutely. Like, the only gigs I've played in the last year, like, I played two gigs in the last year, and both were Indigo sessions. And if I could just live there and once a month, I just have to let people in and like make sure they're sitting in the right places and then play music for them, I would do that. I would live in Workman's, basically.
Have you done the live stream and stuff yet?
We did one in May, but it's not really my vibe, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like the in-person atmosphere is like really important to like the night itself.
Yeah, no, it really is. And you wouldn't compensate. You wouldn't, just for the sake of.
Yeah. Well, you would get yourself, like, it's just not the same.
Yeah, no, it's not. I still do it because of, at least, yeah, I do it kind of as a presenter-y sort of way, you know what I mean? Where I get to, that's what we're planning now with the TV, the transmission TV, but it's like a talk show, so it's like television. But because I don't,
this is so cool. I really like the vibe of this.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
great.
love what you're doing.
That's great. I'm so happy to hear that. Like, it's not a gig, but it's a chat. It's a chat show. You'll see it afterwards. You'll see the graphics and stuff. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Don't be. It's okay. It's not. They're not amazing, but it's what I could afford in my little budget. You know.
I love it.
At least there's no, like, you know, venue fee. You know what I mean? Which is normally like whatever amount it can cost. But yeah, awesome. Listen, best of luck with everything, Rebecca. So good to touch base, and I mean it. I really do. I don't say it all the time, like, to people. It's just genuinely, obviously, it really is.
Absolutely.
Love your recent track, Manic Energy, guys. Check it out. Rebecca Locke on Spotify. Two other fantastic tracks as well in that on that Spotify channel. Tell us, is there any plans for the future? Is there anything else that kind of in the pipeline? I know you just released a song not too long ago, but is there anything else planned for you that you'd like to share?
Nothing I can announce right now.
Oh, okay. That's great. That's already planting seeds. That's making us curious. So, guys, do check out Rebecca Locke. Follow her on. What do you prefer? Do you prefer Instagram, Twitter, or like Facebook? Anything? Yeah.
Yeah. If you look up Rebecca Locke on anything, I come up.
Awesome. Listen, you're an absolute legend. Thanks so much for the performance.
You are.
And great to chat to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Peace. Take it easy, Rebecca. Bye bye.
Bye.
See ya. All right. Well, that was awesome. That was our Rebecca Locke, guys. What a great. We've known each other for a while, and she's just an absolute legend. I love that chat. I loved how that chat sort of turned into a different place, which I wasn't expecting. And I love when that happens, guys. What did you think of that? I'm just looking at the chat, and I think you guys are going a bit crazy there. Outstaged by namesake, feck's sake. You were Rebecca Cappuccini's in the chat there. Little jealous, are you, Rebecca? Don't worry, you're copping on now with me. Don't worry. Dave Duggan's in the Twilight Zone. Yes, you are, Dave. Ingest Kozak new segment. Wow, that could work. I loved that. I loved uncovering that new piece of information. Barry, this has taken a weird turn. It did. And weird is amazing. I love it. It's just the most interesting thing, guys. This is what this show needs. We need stuff like this. You know, because then we're just like bleeding, like Rebecca was saying. We're just like fecking RTE. Do you know what I mean? This is why I'm not on RTE, right? That's obviously the excuse. It's not because I'm not talented or anything. And YouTube's the only platform that will put up with my ass. But because it's fascinating, it's awesome. Listen, we're a bit late, so I'm going to slap on your local 32, guys. Hang on in there. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Hit the subscribe. Hit that like button as well, guys. Let's boost this video up into the ether. And let's prepare ourselves for your local 32. Whoop, 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 whoop. Rebecca Cappuccini. What happened? Like, my thing, everything flipped. My audio's been weird. Like, it's like the whole feckin' thing reset all of a sudden. And I'm like, you know, it's just an absolute bleeding. Oh, wait, I'm live. Shit. Okay, anyway. Rebecca Cappuccini, what's the story?
Hello, deMartians. That was an incredibly insightful interview. I cannot wait to bring the furries onto our Twitch channel later, where I will delve deeper into the underground of, you know, fetishes.
I'm a bit worried now what kind of door this might have opened for our Rebecca Cappuccini here. It might be a turn for the worse, or it might be a turn for something great. I guess we will find out.
Content gold. Content gold.
Content's key, as they say. Okay, fantastic, Rebecca. So what are we looking at today? You've got Kilkenny and I've got Monaghan. So I suppose because we're a little bit late, I think they're going to be short ones. I don't think mine's that long. What do you reckon? How long is your... Well, we have a song each, so that's 10 minutes gone, so 5 minutes each, blah, blah, blah. Why am I even saying this on the stream? Anyway, do you want to go first? Because I went first last time. We take turns?
No, you didn't go first last time, but I will.
I didn't go first. No, I'm going to go first then. Feck that. No. I'm going to go first, all right? Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let me just... I'm just fixing your frame here. All right?
I had to restart my computer. I got so excited about the furries and everything just shut down. So, you know, I understand the technical blips.
It's weird. It's weird, guys. It's absolutely weird. All right. Okay. Go on. You stay there then, and then I'll do Monaghan, okay? And I'll leave your mic on so you can still kind of throw in your little laughs or whatever. Not that there's anything funny about what I'm about to say, because it's just informative, and it's not very well informative, to be honest with you. I have not done the best research on this one. I wish I did, and but I've given some really good hard shout outs to some great musicians in Monaghan, but I'll admit my work could have been better, you know. But anyway, I'll give you a little bit of an introduction, and let me just slap on some background music so it's not a complete bore for you. So, right, Dario Rodriguero with some background tunes. Let me know if that sound is okay for you back home, guys. And let's talk about County Monaghan for a second, okay? So, by the way, for those of you that don't know, I like to give a bit of a geographical idea of the county itself. And it's on the border between the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, and it's got a population of about 62,000, right? So it's part of Ulster, but it's joined the Irish Free State along with Donegal and Cavan. So fair play to you, Monaghan, for picking the good team. That's kind of the story about them. So Ryan Sheridan is from Monaghan, so he's a pretty famous musician, and probably the most famous after Barry J. Hughes, of course, who is an absolute legend from Monaghan himself. And he's the first person that I thought of when I thought of Monaghan, and I reached out to him there briefly. Hopefully didn't bother him too much, but just asked him about a couple of venues. But a little bit about Barry J. Hughes. He's a singer-songwriter who released his debut EP. Now, he started performing publicly in 2015, and just a little bit before his EP release, which is called This Way Up, and it was received very, very well. His music, he's inspired by Glenn Hansard, Wallace Bird, Eddie Vedder, Damien Rice, Jack Lukeman, Ryan Sheridan, there we go, Pink Floyd, and many, many more. And he's been touring around Ireland, he's been touring around Europe. He's a well-travelled man with the music, and he has been releasing some fantastic tunes, EPs, and singles, and albums as well over the past couple of years. So he's only been playing for about 6 years, Barry, from my understanding of you, which is just absolutely astounding how much you've how much you've achieved. And I believe we met at the Crystal Skull sessions, just like I met Rebecca for very first time. So it was a pleasure having you on those nights. I think we might have had you a couple of times. So he's toured throughout 2017, 16, 17. He joined forces with Greg Clifford, who he had on the show, and Ian Brennan as well. And they did a 3-act lineup, 17 dates in 3 weeks, and they toured Ireland. And it was called Back to Basics. Now, it wasn't even just the tour itself that was fascinating. It was actually the fact that they documented the whole thing, and that was amazing, you know. And you really got to see an insight into sort of the relationship between them, and sort of I guess the emotions and the feelings that happen, touring and just traveling to a gig, and it's just an awesome. It's a 90-minute feature film. You just have to check it out, guys. It's called Back to Basics Tour Documentary. So really cool, and it's all on YouTube. You can check that out. He's also been doing some great live streaming gigs during the lockdown, and he's done stuff for I can't remember the name of the bar. Apologies, it was a whiskey bar, and he's done some really awesome stuff, and you can go and support him there as well. His most recent track, Crying Shame, which I only listened today, Barry. I messaged you about that, and it's on the heavier side. It's just so awesome to hear Barry in a totally different genre light, and he's done the song with Sean McComish, another fantastic musician that we all know, and Darren Bradley, but it's a fucking cracker of a tune. I was just like, oh, what's going on here? I felt compelled to write to Barry going, why didn't you tell me about this? It's like a parent finding something in a kid's room, like, what's the story with this? But it was amazing, really good. I implore you all to check it out. Barry J. Hughes, absolute legend from Monaghan. There you go, Barry, giving you a massive shout out there, brother. And thank you for all the support, by the way. I do see you pop into the streams and stuff, and I really do appreciate that. Another artist from Monaghan is Keith Coleman, and he's a 22-year-old from, let me try and pronounce this, Magaralacloon, right? That's my best pronunciation there, lads. Sorry about that. By the way, if the sound's bollocks, just let me know, please. So Keith's always had a keen interest in music and songwriter, and particularly from a young age. So he started off playing in the Lochran Lynn Brass and Reed Band in Carrickmacross, and then he moved towards playing the guitar. His first venture into playing with a band came when he was in transition year in the Patrician High School, Carrickmacross. The band was called the Black Tie Event and consisted of Mel Jones on vocals and rhythm guitar, Sean Morris on bass, Luke Cassidy on drums, and Keith as lead guitarist. And he's still going. Grania Duffy, and she's pretty popular actually, and I did not know about her. So she has a raw, honest, and passionate singing style, accompanied by simple melodic and well-phased guitar lines. And she is a singer of real integrity, and depicted by the Sunday. This was depicted by the Sunday Times. She has toured worldwide and played at many leading music festivals, including Glastonbury, Blues Balls. I was going to say Blue Balls. Blues de Passion and Tremblant International Festival. She's also appeared at Woodford Folk Festival, Australia, Mahindra Blues Festival, India, and a host of other theatres, home and abroad. So she's very well travelled. Grania Duffy, guys, first time hearing about her. There we go, I'm going to be honest. Jim McHugh, which we have featured in our deMars magazine not too long ago, and on the show, and he's from the Farney Drumlins of Monaghan. Sounds beautiful. And look at that picture behind me, by the way, guys. Isn't that absolutely marvellous?
So beautiful.
Beautiful. There's Rebecca still there. Jim McHugh's a multi-instrumentalist, and he brings a new edge to the folk tradition, blending traditional and indie styles with upbeat tempo beats. In 2016, he drew upon his past and recent musical experiences to record an album of new songs entitled Noise Machine. Indie folk driven rock that has a vibrant beating heart. Pete Wally said that, I believe. That's how I'm reading it. So Jim's follow-up in 2018 with single releases on Muck Snava and Avenue Road. Both singles received repeated national airplay. So there you go, guys. A couple of venues. Barry J kindly shared me a couple. It was Garage Theatre, Monaghan Town, Euntus Theatre in Castle Blaney, and intimate venue Tin Church, Larrig. So those are the couple of venues. I don't have any more info on that, guys. My apologies for being a little bit rushed on this one. Festivals, Monaghan Harvest Time Blues Festival, which usually happens in September. We've also got the Taste of Monaghan Festival. I wonder how Monaghan tastes like. I'd love to go over there and try that. The Flat Lake Festival in Monaghan as well, which is held in June at Hilton Park. It's an art and literacy and musical festival, all set in the beautiful woodland estate of Hilton Park. So definitely something to check out. So that's Monaghan, guys. I probably could have done a better job. Barry, you can probably attest to that. But it's the best I could do today with the time frame, and I didn't want to not do it. So that's just been me. I'm completely transparent here with you guys. I'm not going to lie to my crew here, guys. These are absolute legends, so I'm just going to be transparent with you. I'm going to play Honest by Barry J. Hughes, which is an absolutely cracking track. And this was recorded in Sun Studios in Dublin, and it was engineered, recorded and mixed by Richard Byrne and mastered by Aidan Cunningham. The video is by Greg Clifford Productions. There you go. Greg Clifford is back again with us. So Greg's all over the place in a good way. He does some amazing music projects, and he also does has his own filming company and video company, which is just great. He does some great work there with his dad. And just a shout out to Greg, because he's doing some great stuff for artists as well. So you'll be able to see his work right here on Barry's video. So without further ado, guys, let me just set this one up and yeah, enjoy.
Johnny, good to see you, man.
Nice to see you, man.
Sleep tight now. Sleep tight now. Sleep tight now. Don't let me wake you. Dream well now. Just let it take you. It's getting late. We've got to reevaluate just where we are and where do we go from here. Smile for me, because it's all I want, yeah. And won't you talk to me now, even under your breath, yeah. It's just a shame that we're not on the same page, because I'm on the shelf where all the paperbacks lay. Can't we be as one like planned? You said you loved me. Why'd you do that? Just be honest with yourself. Just be honest with yourself. Just be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Sleep tight now. Don't let me wake you.
So I forgot to unmute myself. Hi everyone, how are we? So I am going to be covering Kilkenny. Now, why is this shocking for a proud Waterford woman to be covering Kilkenny, you ask? Well, ever since I was really small, we were all taught that Kilkenny and Waterford were rivals. Why am I choosing to do this? As a beautiful olive branch from my kingdom to theirs, okay? Because I think this war has gone on too long. Kilkenny is incredible. There is so much beautiful music from there. Did you know, for instance, that Kilkenny was the first capital of Ireland? So not only were they encroaching on my territory, but yours too, Kozak. They were trying to take away the Dublin fame. How dare they? I know. So Kilkenny have made quite a few enemies, and I would just like to take a moment for us all to be able to love Kilkenny the way it deserves. Now, we only have 10 minutes. If you've enjoyed my segment on Kilkenny, I would recommend that you go check out the Metal Cell podcast that do a 2-hour special with Kilkenny bands, delving deep in the underground of Kilkenny, which is, you know, not what you can really do with the space we have. Now, when I was going to school, for instance, in Waterford, the school where I was, they were also trying to steal that because Kilkenny was trying to take over Ferrybank. It's just been years of Kilkenny trying to do stuff.
Bastards.
And I'm just here to give them that olive branch, you know, that wonderful content. They also invented Smithwick's in Kilkenny years before Guinness was even a thing. Imagine that. So Kilkenny has a beautiful castle and they call themselves a city, and arguably nobody's really saying they're not a city, except, you know, they don't have 2 cathedrals like Waterford. We've 2 cathedrals. We were the first Viking settlement in Ireland, do you know? But look, I'm really here to put that to bay. They have wonderful restaurants and incredible bands such as Curb Dog, Chemical Addiction, Atraxmatics, Gout, John Tracy, Clive Barnes, June Parle, Shane Joyce, Sala Kobara. He's a good friend of ours. We like him. He's from Kilkenny. We like him a lot.
He's a legend.
He tried to make me say up the cats earlier today, so I guess shout out Kobara, up the cats. You got your wish. Tanoki and the Wa are also from Kilkenny. Now that's a very small amount of Kilkenny bands. The Sets Theatre is an incredible theatre which was established in 2009. It's part of the Langton Hotel. It's a beautiful building and it hosts all sorts of creative arts. Recently in December, actually, they did a live stream events of series concert films. Thomas O'Donoghue, which is an incredible sound engineer who also just so happens to come from Kilkenny, did Neem Regan there, Brian Deedy, Aoife Nessa Francis, and Alex Goff. They're all beautiful and they're still available on their YouTube channel. So do check those out. You've got Billy Barnes. It's a beautiful pub. You also have Kittler's Inn, which was established in 1324, actually. So this one's an interesting one. So it's really, really old. The history of it, however, goes back as far as I cannot read big numbers. 1264. We're going to go with 1264, where there was a witch hunt for the owner. Imagine that. They tried to burn him at the stake. Didn't work out. He got away. He escaped. And he's probably my great-grandfather and explains so much. We then have the Hole in the Wall, which is one of the smallest venues in Ireland and hosts an incredible amount of incredibly beautiful gigs. Venue is what we're talking about. Gigs is what we see. The live thing, Kozak, I'm still not. Right. Andrew Ryan's. So that is a much loved local pub, mostly frequented by Kilkenny people. So they don't want you to know about this pub, okay? So we all need to know about this pub. So Andrew Ryan's is where you go. Then we have so many festivals. So let me talk about my favourite Kilkenny festival, which is the Savour Kilkenny Food Festival. I have worked it many, many years. I used to be a food blogger and I used to work different food stalls all over the country is what I did as a market sub. So I love that one. We've got Dancing for Pleasures, where people take to the streets to dance and learn about dance. That sounds wonderful. There is a Great Manor town book festival. So they take old books to the streets and you can buy different books off people is what I've understood. The Iverg Agriculture Show. I've also worked that one as a food stall person. That's loads of crack. There's ploughing championship type things, it's fun. It's a great day for the family. The Kilkenny Arts Festival, that's so full of magic. You've got the Cat's Laughs. You'd have to talk about the Cat's Laughs. That's one of the best comedy festivals in the country. So many great people are featured there. You've got the Roots Weekend, so many great things from Kilkenny. So I have to say, after spending the day trying to be positive about Kilkenny, I really feel like everyone should forgive them for their encroachment of territory and trying to claim things that are not necessarily, look, we've forgotten about it. Kilkenny, we think you're awesome. We think you're amazing. We forgive you, myself included. My kingdom is open to you. And the band I have chosen to actually portray today is Chemical Addiction. It turns out that even though they're only 30 minutes down the road from me, it took me 12 years to find out about this band because that's how long they're going. So this is what the rivalry has created. I have not been able to infiltrate their scene. And that is basically Kilkenny. If you want more on Kilkenny, like I said, the Metal Cell podcast, 2-hour Kilkenny special, definitely worth checking out.
Fucking savage!
Yeah, what a way to finish your local 32 with such a cracker. Chemical Addiction and their song Sour, and that was our Kilkenny representation. And of course for Monaghan we had the wonderful Barry J. Hughes with his tune Honest, and a really nice video as well with some behind the scenes footage, really well shot by Greg Clifford Productions. I thought that was really great. Rebecca Cappuccini, of course, my co-host for that segment. So once again, and she is known as Viking Promotions in the chat there, by the way, guys. And do check out that channel. I have not linked that channel in the description as well, Rebecca, so I have to do that. That's another task. I've been forgetting about putting extra info in there. But Viking Promotions, you've typed that in, and excuse me, that'll take you anywhere. I've been drinking root beer. Do you ever have root beer, guys? It's actually great. I don't be drinking the beer anymore, so I always get thirsty during these streams or need a bit of sugar to keep me going, you know, so I'm not stuffing my face in front of you. But I've been really enjoying that, so I'm burping a little bit more from that. Anna Duran, lovely evening, lovely music. Anna, it's great to see you. Thanks so much for popping onto the stream. It's always great to see you. Really happy that you're there. And let me know, guys, who's there with me still. We got Dave Duggan still in the house, which is great. I think we still have Barry. Let us know, guys, who else is there. Give me a hello, or let me know if you are enjoying the tracks, if you are enjoying the music, or how you're enjoying the show. It's just great to know who's still listening, I suppose. Be great to hear you. Our next guest, guys, I'm going to introduce him right now. So if anybody's new to the stream, of course, you are all very welcome. We do this every Saturday. It's about a 2-hour stream. We have independent music, we have independent artists, we have 2 guests on, and then we have some music playlists to start off with. And then we close off the show with a bit of gaming as well, which is on the Twitch channel. And in between that, we have loads of awesome segments like Your Local 32. We've got Max Factor usually. We don't have one today. We'll be back next week with that. And then we also have Paulie's Gaming Corner, which will be resuming back with us as well in not too long, in a very short time. So, and we do other little things in between. We have comedy skits and stuff like that, but it's been hard to maintain a consistency, and but we're still here no matter what, so which is the most important thing. So my next guest, guys, is I'm really excited to chat to him because it's Fergus Daly. First of all, he's an indie singer-songwriter based in Dublin, who's amassed over 500,000 views on YouTube. His notable songs on YouTube are Riddle and In Disguise, which alone have amassed just 200,000 views. I came across Fergus through Instagram, actually, and one of his songs came into my feed, and it's just awesome how you can just find music everywhere in every crevice you look, which is awesome. I'm so happy that the algorithms are showing me what I want. It works in certain ways, right? It's scary in others when you're talking about a toothbrush and then they show you the bleeding ad, right? But I was shown Midlife Crisis, which is one of his tracks, his last track released of last year, the last track he released of 2020. Now, he's released 2 tracks since then, of course, this year. But it was so interesting, so different to what I've heard before, and it was so catchy in a way that just resonated with me, guys. And I've played it a few times on the show, so some of you might know Fergus Daly already. Now, he's been around since 2000, and I believe he started in the mid 2000 teens, so he was quite late to the game, he says himself. And he really delivers a particular style of lyrics delivery, and I think it's fantastic. I think he's very creative, and he actually released a song just today called Johnny's Tale, and it's very interesting track. It kind of amalgamates a sort of marching style and pop. It's just an amazing mix. So please welcome Fergus Daly, guys, to the show. Let me bring him up here on Zoom. And he said it was his first time using Zoom today, so we had a little bit of a test today. So really looking forward to having him. And there we go, Viking Promotions as moderator. There we go, Rebecca. Use your thing wisely there. So we got Fergus in the house. So Fergus, just on the bottom left, just tick that video box so we can see it, and then we're good to go. There we go, done and dusted. Well, how's it going, Fergus? How are you keeping?
Good. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, no, it's great to have you, and congratulations on your most recent release, which is just today, Johnny's Tale. Fair play to you. I only realised today that you released it. What a amazing coincidence.
Yeah. I was hoping to get it out, before this, and just this afternoon. It came down to the wire, but yeah, I managed to get it published. So yeah, I'm really excited about it because it was definitely a challenge. It was pushing a couple of boundaries and a little bit experimental and whatnot. So
it's great, and you know what? Like, a lot of your music for me seems quite experimental, and in a great way, And I don't know if you heard me saying it to the guys in the chat, but Midlife Crisis was the first song that I heard from you, and it was through Instagram, and I was just like, I couldn't get enough of it, and I still can't. There's something about that song that just, I don't know, it's stuck in my head. I've played it so many times on my stream, and I've played it to my missus, I've played it to my friends, and I'm like, check this guy out, like, this, what do you think of this? Like, and everyone's just saying like, wow, this is awesome. And then obviously I sent it on to my review team to give you a review, because I just thought it was just so unique, and I'm drawn to that as a person. I'm really drawn to these kind of unique styles. And then I was reading about you that you're only in the game a couple of years. You said you started a bit late. I'd love to know kind of how it sort of started for you all.
Yeah, it's a few years now, but sort of things took a turn in my personal life, and I'd always been drawn, music was always the thing I'd gone to for whenever anything happened, to help get through things. But just when this particular thing happened, I just couldn't find anything that seemed to work. So or seemed to express what I was feeling. So I just basically ended up doing, writing songs, and I'd never written a song before in my life and didn't even know how to write a song.
Wow.
But it just got me. It just, that was how I got through it, and I didn't really know where it was going. I hadn't necessarily any aspirations. It was just something that seemed to help me with that period of my life and get through it. So and yeah, it's but I think I was always musical. I always tinkered on the guitar and whatnot, but yeah, no, that kind of happened pretty much out of the blue. And music was always the thing I, like I say, gone to. So
yeah,
it just took sort of its own steam then, and it's a sort of a bit of a serendipity. I managed to get in touch with Stuart Gray in Jellistown, and we really clicked it off, and we really hit it off. We really clicked, and it's just so fulfilling when you go in, when you have an idea of a song, and you've got the chords, you've got that structure worked out. But I just like to try and bring it to its potential, and it's not something I kind of feel I'm not good on the recording side, I'm not good on the producing side, but so I was really fortunate to I think for us to come together, and it's really that partnership has really worked, and we continue to this day.
It's awesome. How long ago did you meet Stuart? Was it from the get-go? Was it sort of there at the beginning, or did you release tracks without him before?
I didn't. A friend of mine pointed me towards him. I debated about trying to do it myself, but I just thought, no, I can't. like I'm a firm believer in trying to focus on the stuff that I can do and well, or at least and then leave, and then hand it over to others who can do, because I am keen to, for a song to give it, I think it deserves to be done properly for its potential to come out. And
production's kind of a tricky one, isn't it? Because it's a lot of technical work and stuff. So I'm totally there with you. You know, I totally understand that. And I saw, like, you do have a sort of, do you have a stand-in band, or do you have musicians that are sort of like with you all the time or so, or do you just have them when you sort of need them, like session musicians? How do you work with that kind of way?
Yeah, I got the band together, like, it was about a year and a half ago, and because I just felt it was necessary, for live performances. Like I was doing gigs solo, but I just wasn't doing justice. I just didn't feel I was doing justice to the songs. Like I had a lead pedal, and I was doing my best, but I think the songs needed a band. And,
there's definitely like an energy and a sort of movement to your tunes that I can always envision it with a band, I suppose. But maybe it's because I've seen I've seen music video for Midlife Crisis. You're with your band in that one, right? So that's what kind of made me sort of imagine you first, because that was like my first introduction to you, I suppose. But no, it's really interesting.
It was really lucky to unfortunate to cross paths with Sergio and Emiliano and Tomas. We really clicked. We really hit it off again, and so like they they're invested in it. They're not just guys who just turn up and play. They actually want to be. They love, they want to be involved.
Yeah,
I mean, they wouldn't necessarily have massive. Like I'd bring the songs already. They'd already be ready, produced and whatnot. But it's good to have people that are actually really like the material, and they're into it. They're basically into it as well. So.
Yeah, it must be really, like, I'm a drummer myself, so I'd imagine like how fun that would be to play in a band with my guests. Let's say if I'm listening to their music, and I was listening to your tunes today, and I was like, oh wow, that would be so much fun to be on stage. And tell us a little bit about your style, man, because it's so unique, and you have a very interesting, in a great way, vocal delivery. I really like that. You're kind of mixing a sort of like a little bit of a rap style, spoken word, and then you're singing as well at different times, as well as the instrumentation kind of going interesting places as well. I would say that with Johnny's Tale, that was quite experimental, actually, instrumentally, because it sort of goes into almost a different song, doesn't it? There's like that quite the split, which is awesome. I love how your brain works and just kind of goes like doesn't seem to be any boundaries. Do you find yourself going more experimental now? I know there's a couple of questions in there, but I guess I just wanted to know sort of where the spoken word part as well, and then you can go anywhere you want with that.
I think it sort of originated from one of the earliest songs, In Disguise. There was a bit of kind of spoken word in there. It was half spoken, half singing, and it was all kind of just. I wasn't. I hadn't planned it that way, but it just seemed to work. And I think that I said, like, okay, I'll try and develop this. Like I do. To me, the music is number one. Like I don't really consider myself like a rap artist, really, to be honest. I'm not. I don't really see it that way. I see more myself as a musician who does a bit of spoken word, if you call it rap. Others will beg to differ, which is fine, and I guess I have limitations as an artist, and but I always try to push myself as well with every new song. Try to do something different. I don't want. The day when I start writing the same song over and over, it's like I think I'll just say no. You know, I'm not so long. So it's really important for me to try to, and to me, the songs are trying different to do different things, and I know there's obviously, you know, the core will be the same, but yeah, I it just to keep it interesting for me as well.
Yeah,
and I'm not, and it's not like I'm trying to be somebody, like I'm not trying to be different. It's just all that I can do. It's like it's just the way it comes out for me.
Yeah,
and like sometimes I would think, oh, it'd be great to be like your man, or it'd be great to be like your man, but I just can't. And I really, I mean, I say it's great, but like, you know, at the end of the day, you can only be yourself, and there's no real point in trying to be someone else. Anyway.
Totally agree with you, man. You know, I totally agree. It seems like you've totally embraced yourself as an expressionist, putting, you know, not putting you in a box of, like you're saying, rapper, spoken word, musician. I know you're saying musician, but just even in its purest form, it's you expressing what you feel is you at its purity or at its core, which I think is a very rare breed these days, because people are trying to be like somebody else too much. And, you know, it's very easy to be victim of that. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, I myself have similar behaviors like that, where I try to be like, well, I try my best not to be. I can see myself trying to go that direction to fit in, let's say. Do you know what I mean? I noticed that with so many people. And what intrigued me by you is that you're not doing that. And those are the people that I find the most interesting. And I think it's awesome what you're doing. And you've released so many tracks since, what was it, since 2018. I think you released 11 singles, if I'm not mistaken, 6 of them last year. So you were really productive over the lockdown, it seems, or last year. And then you've already released 2 this year so far, so you're bleeding flying ahead with the tracks, all quite different, like delivering a different message, but there is that identity of Fergus Daly in all of it, which is really awesome. You've sort of found an identity of an artist. Do you feel like you've finally found that identity, or I guess you're still exploring, right? Do you still feel like there's loads left to explore?
Yeah, like I do feel like there's more to explore. Like I'm like I say, I'd like to try. I'm always thinking about trying new things, and just for my own sake, to keep it interesting. And also when I go into the studio, I try not to have too many preconceived notions about how the song is going to turn out. Like it's really great to, working with Stu. It's like it takes on its own. It almost dictates, and it's an amazing thing when that creative process just kicks in, and we're both like surprised where it ends up, because in my head I'd be thinking, oh, this might go in one direction, but I don't. I deliberately try to not I try to let the song come, take its own direction, I suppose.
It's like it has a life of its own, really.
Yeah, it kind of does feel like that. And I mean, with Johnny's Tale, I was struggling with the chorus, and I was trying to think of the chorus, but that chorus that I came up with just seemed to work. And it's a song from, I think it's a American Civil War song, Johnny Went Marching.
Yeah.
Well, it just seemed to work. And yeah, I mean, I jigged around with it and changed a bit or whatnot, but like it just seemed to, and like I love that when that happens, when it all seems to click together.
Yeah, and, it's just amazing that you can do that. Is that you can I guess it's a natural course. Like, it's not forced. You're not forcing it to sound like that. It's just almost like it just kind of came at the right moment. Do you spend a lot of time in the studio with Stuart? Like, or is it, do you have, how much, like, do you have lyrics prepared in advance? Do you generally stick to at least the lyrical structure before you approach Stuart?
Yeah, no, like, I'd have the songs nailed down in terms of structure, in terms of all the lyrics, give or take. I mean, like, when we get to recording it, you know, yeah, we might make a change here or add in a tiny another little sort of a bridge somewhere, or mix things up a little.
Yeah.
But like, by and large, the structure would be the same. The endings, you know, the openings, at the intro, the ending would I wouldn't. That would be something that we would come up with there and then. But like, yeah, the structure would be, and that's kind of good, because like, at least, you know, because I think we were very productive. We usually we generally do one song a day.
Wow.
And like, that's, we work really, it's like, we've got the good stuff, the music down by like lunchtime, and we do the vocals and other parts in the afternoon. So, you know, we work fast, and
yeah.
But we do have, like I say, I think that's because I do have, it's all, like I say, structurally,
most of it's prepped.
All of the verses and the choruses and bridges and little eights, everything is all in place. So it works. You know?
Yeah, it's great. No, I was just curious, I guess, how much, like, where does the time mostly spent for yourself? But it's great that you're efficient in the studio, because it costs money, isn't it, to be in a studio? So you have to be prepped.
It does.
Yeah.
So I would generally book out a week, go in with 4 or 5 songs.
Oh, right, okay, that's interesting.
And basically that would be, you know, that would be it. And we usually get most if not all of it done.
Fair play to you for banging them all out in like such a short space of time. Like, is that
yeah?
Do you
well,
prefer
like,
doing it that way?
Some of the songs were like from, you know, a couple of years ago that I just never got around to releasing. Like 3, Apollo's Lullaby was recorded in 2017, I think, and it was a song I really like. It's one of my favorites, actually. It's kind of very dear to me. It's kind of, you know, it's quite a personal song. So, but you know, between everything else, it didn't seem to be the right time. But like, you know, so there's songs I've recorded, a fair few that are on the shelf, and I'm just kind of, you know, waiting to see when it's a good fit.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping, like, I am hoping to keep up that pace of, like, you know, 6 a year. That would be my kind of goal, you know, or one every 2 months
is great. Yeah. And I mean, you're keeping that consistency, which is really important as well. And I was going to ask you about "Don't Judge Me," which is another great track by yourself, and one of your lyrics is, you're saying that the queue is long of people judging you. Do you feel like that tied in with your music? Like, do you think that's, like, a lot of people who misunderstand you or misunderstand your music because you're just expressing yourself the way you feel like it, and people are so used to commercial music?
Yeah.
Like, what's your take on that one?
I just kind of there are certain elements of that, like, because, you know, I'm not like, I don't really see myself as a rapper. So and I think a lot of people were looking at that and says, who's the, you know, what the hell is he up to? And I'm not getting it, and, you know, and but that's grand, that's fine. You know, like, I'm not doing I'm just doing what I love. And, you know, a lot of people, you know what I mean, it just no, they just, you know what I mean, a lot of people think this is whatever. But if there's some out there that it seems, and it seems to resonate with some people, and that's what matters to me,
100%. I mean, you're getting so many great responses, like, from people, so many awesome messages and so much awesome support. So, like, that's most people are resonating with it, which is
that's
great.
fantastic. Like that's the most gratifying thing, if there's something. I mean, some of the time, like, I don't really like talking about, the meanings behind songs, to be honest, that much. Because I know myself, when I listen to material, like someone else's song, I come away with, I get my own meaning, and sometimes I might hear the artist talk about what it's about, and it's about something else altogether. But it's, so like, it does. It's certain, like, therapy has seemed to really resonate with people, and like that was a kind of a little tongue in cheek, that song. There was lots of, some of the lyrics were just little off the cuff, and also don't judge me as well. In the Sky is the same. Like, I don't take myself too seriously, to be honest. I really don't. Like, I'm trying to have fun with it, and I'm trying to just, look, I would love to be able to just to do this full time. It's I still have a day job, and so, but I would definitely love for this to take off to the point where I could focus on it entirely, because I feel like I could do so much more. But that's, I kind of guess it's in the lap of the gods. It's what would be, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I just want to do, whenever I get it, right song, I just want to do it justice, and then put it out there, and whatever happens.
Yeah.
So,
well, you seem to be on a great path anyway, with regard to, the responses people are giving you, and your YouTube views are awesome. In Disguise, right, got a great amount of views, I believe. Was it that one? Or Riddle and In Disguise, both really high views, and great ones as well. I mean, In Disguise was with was it with the homeless gentleman? Was that Riddle? I think that was Riddle.
That was
Riddle. I
miss
both of them. So that was a really strong message as well. Obviously, people resonated with that because of the homeless crisis in Ireland. So I mean, it was very, very real sort of footage you sort of put in there. So it was great. You could see that's why people, one of the reasons why people were drawn. So it was great that you're bringing out the sort of social issues into your music, which is a really strong thing.
Yeah, and like the music was almost like the backing track to like it's almost like a short movie or something, But that's something that's close to my heart, and kind of like Grace of God revisits that as well, and it's I don't want to. It's I don't want to write. I don't want to talk about, like, I've never been homeless. I've been fortunate, like, I mean, but like I do definitely. So I can't. I just feel like that song. There, but for the grace of God go I. It's not that I'm any better. It's just circumstances in life, and God knows what not. So but yeah, like I like song. I like it to have. I like to have a narrative. I like to try and for there to be progression to the lyrics and a kind of a story or a narrative and and a message, but not. I don't want to preach to anyone. I don't want to ram something. You know what I mean? I don't want a high horse, or I don't want to do anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just like trying to get a message across in a way that's just like, you know, doing it without, like I say, trying to shove it down people's throats or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And Lockdown Town is similar, you know. Like I feel really strongly about that as well. But I didn't want it to make it too
Political
or anything.
Yeah, no, it's quite tasteful. I have to say, like, your videos are really in taste, and there's definitely not that vibe of preaching or anything like that. And it's great as well that you are adding context to the songs, you know. I think that's really important, that you're doing that. You're putting more work on your plate, I guess, by having to bring out music videos, because you seem to bring out a music video almost with every song, right? I mean, majority of songs are released with a video, which is great. It's very commendable to do that. Are we expecting one with Johnny's Tale? Are you going to work on a video for that one, or is there a video out with? I didn't recognize if there was a video.
It's literally just being put up about an hour, a couple of hours ago.
Fantastic.
It's up on Instagram.
Brilliant. I will check it out.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I don't think I've seen it. I've just heard the song on Spotify. I will play a song as well, actually, for the guys, just to give them context as well if they haven't heard you. Do you want to play a song for us, Fergus, live?
Well, yeah, I can definitely give it a lash.
I love it. Yeah, well, that's the best one can do, isn't it? I'm going to put you up on a stage. You probably haven't seen the show before, but it's like it's not a real stage. It's a digital stage. It's all we can deal with at the moment. So I'm going to put you on, and as they say, the stage is yours, brother. Take it away, man.
Johnny woke up to a siren blaring in his ear. Got nowhere to go, got no one he holds dear. Got nothing to his name for the phone app. Cannot bear the rate he's going. He'll be lucky to last out the year. Tries to bump some chains and spokes off some passers-by. It's not easy if you don't exist when they won't look you in the eye. Maybe he'll get lucky if he gives somewhere else a try. With the law bearing down on him, he might end up back in the joy. This old town can bring us to our knees. Gotta keep clinging to hope, that's the key. Susie's back, it pavement doesn't make it comfy. Bed gonna need a cure to fix the pain inside her head. Sees Tommy approaching, she's looking the worse for wear. She's not one to talk green and much since she washed her hair. Seems she's got company, an escort from the boys in blue. Such a quantity city, they got nothing better else to do. What you up to? Love need a fix, wanna try to score? Yeah, fuck it, don't have much to lose anymore. And this is the story of people like you and I. The same streets, under the same sky, to share the same hopes. It's not the same start in life there, but for the grace of God, go I. Tommy and Susie roam the streets, only one thing on their mind, something to get through the day, the illegal kind. She had the funds for activities the night before, never ever dreamed she'd end up being a whore. 2 hours later they took shelter from the rain. Beggars can't be choosers, and every doorway looks the same. Huddled up close for warmth as they cooked up their gear, and moments later all their troubles would disappear. This old town can bring us to our knees. Gotta keep fighting for love, that's the key. First responders only arrive hours after they called, cause overdosing junkies don't get prioritized. That already start on duty, said she'd seen it all before, as their bodies and gurneys got wheeled into E or N. Just as the beeping machine found no heartbeat to the the adrenaline kick. Then for the Lazarus she begged. 1 hour later they took the pill for migraine. Tried to figure out how to do it all again. And this is the story of people like you and I. Walk the same streets, under the same sky, share the same hopes. It's not the same start in life there, but for the grace of God, go I. There, but for the grace of God, go I, go I, go I, never for the grace of God, go I, never for the grace of God, go I.
Awesome. Nice one. That was Grace of God live here on deMars Live by Fergus Daly. And you can see the music video for that as well on his YouTube channel. I think it's Fergus Daly Official, is it? Your YouTube channel? What handle do you have on that one?
Yeah, no, I think it's Fergus Daly Music.
Fergus Daly Music. And I guess it stretches across all the social medias. Is that your handle, is it? For everything?
Yeah. Basically, Fergus Daly Music. You should find me on Instagram.
Brilliant. We have you tagged.
Facebook and
Great. We have you tagged in the description. So guys, check Fergus Daly out. I really advise you if you want to listen to some really fresh, unique sounds. And listen, it's been an absolute pleasure, Fergus, to chat to you and get to know you a little bit. I really appreciate you taking the time. Big fan.
Likewise.
I'm big fan. Genuinely big fan, man. I think you're doing great things. Like, keep just keep being yourself and keep expressing yourself the way you want to. I think it's awesome. I love seeing people doing this stuff. It's inspirational. So like, you're affecting people by what you're doing in a positive way. So fair play to you.
I appreciate what you're doing as well, to give, upcoming or independent artists this platform, because it is tough getting music out there this day and age,
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries. Like, I love it. I genuinely love it, and I love the musicians around me. Like, it's just hard not to do something like this, and it's a shame that the system isn't, the way it could be, for independent artists to kind of get where they need to be. It's a little bit restricting, and there's a lot of gatekeepers. So, I definitely felt compelled to do something, at least a small gesture. Tell us, what are you gonna? I've been asking people this recently on the stream. If there's one thing now after the pandemic, let's say everything is grand, what's the first thing you want to do, Fergus? Do you want to go on a holiday? Do you want to play a gig, or do you want to see a gig? Like, what one would you pick out of those three? It's a tough question.
I'd love to get back on stage with the band. Like, we did a gig in Bellow Bar.
Nice, great venue. Like that place.
On like the 11th of March. Like, it was literally the day right before
the lockdown.
Lockdown started kicking in. Yeah, level of the back last year.
Jesus.
And it was great. We finally, and it was the first gig of the band. So I'm aching to try and get back out there with the music and playing it live, and just being able to get, to have that interaction with the fans as well,
Yeah. So feck the holiday. We go for the gig.
Well, yeah, like, it's, I kind of like, this would be going off and great to tour, and that would be my holiday.
Yeah. Awesome, brother. Listen, thanks so much, and keep me in the loop on any upcoming releases. Like, I'll send you my. We're in touch with email anyway. You have my email now, man. So send me an EPK or a press pack or whatever, and I'd love to kind of be the first to know about your upcoming releases and give you some support on the deMars channels. It'd be a pleasure to keep supporting you, brother.
Cheers, mate. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
No worries. Listen, have a great weekend, brother. Right, I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. You too.
See you later. Bye-bye. All right, guys. Oh, there I am twice on screen. Let's slap me up there. So that was Fergus Daly, guys. What an absolute legend. I really, really respect him. He's got some fantastic, interesting tracks. And I love the way he does music. It's just him. And there's another guy that I really love how he does music. And he's in the chat there, and he's giving me a wave. It's Mick Joyce. From Mick Joyce and the Sonic Gypsies. Mick, how are you? It's great to see you, man. Thanks for popping on. And another fantastic artist that just does things his own way. And I always find bands and musicians that just have their own particular way of expressing themselves, it's always just the most fun to listen to and experience live. So Mick, I'm so happy you're in the chat there. I hope you're keeping well. How are you doing, man? Let us know how you're keeping. And guys, let us know how you're keeping. Who's left in the chat? Give me a hello. Give me a thumbs up. Give me an emotion. Give me a smiley face in the chat. Let me know you are still there. Because I'm feeling a bit lonely all of a sudden. The chat's gone quiet. So give me a hello. Let me know I'm not on mute or something, you know? Maybe I'm on mute. Are people just like watching but not like... They're just like, I'll just slap Kozak on mute there. Feck, I'm sure he'll appreciate just the view. I don't need to say anything. There's Dave. Dave's in the house. Dave Dugan. So, I told Fergus I'm gonna play a song of his. Let's check out this new one. I think have you seen Midlife Crisis by Fergus Daly? No, I'm not on mute. I can't be on mute. I'm definitely not on mute. No, you muted me, probably. Johnny by Fergus Daly, and Johnny's Tale. Right, let's slap this one up. What you mean I'm on? No, I'm not black screen. I know you're trying to wind me up here, Dave. No, it's not working. Stop that. Right? Stop that. Don't be doing that. That's not very nice. Alright? Stop it. Right? It's not working. Can anyone else please comment in the chat? So, as long as it's not Dave, because I wouldn't trust him at all. Right, we're going to play Johnny's Tale by Fergus Daly, and then we're going to hang around. So just stick around. We'll see if there's anybody still left here, because nobody's contacted me. No one's saying anything to me here, so... Oh wait, this isn't the music video. This isn't the music video. Maybe it's not up, or maybe he just meant it's the video itself, or... Let's see. Fergus Daly music. Oh, we don't have a music video yet. Okay. So, let me just put Dave in timeout there, because he's trying to wind me up and it's not funny. I'm going to put on Midlife Crisis.
Inbox. I'm supposed to read through every last one, but hey, I'll be here till sleep knocks. I check my calendar's jam-packed with meetings from 1 to 5. Gives an hour to get